Okay, a little bit of a command from the boss man himself to get the 2-0 in. All right.
Wow. I mean, quite literally commanded by the man, basically saying, I will ban you from my venue. But right into winner's quarters. Kailen and Ave excited to see where this starts off, but, you know, when you have such a fundamentally strong character and you've seen Mario at the highest level, like Wizzy, do this matchup, it feels like there's only a couple different avenues to success.
Yeah, and one of the biggest avenues is just to out-neutral them, because more often than not, it's going to be very difficult to continually catch Mario, especially at higher percentages, in any sort of combo, because they just have so many good options to escape from them quickly. So it's very, very difficult. And speaking of very, very difficult, we got the bread and butters coming through. That's a fake kill screen if I've ever seen one. It's not going to kill quite yet, as long as you're not DIing straight up.
Look, I mean, in my Smash friend group, we always have a joke when Arsene's out, you just got to beat the boogeyman out of him, and Ave is taking that into full effect right now. Arsene already off the table, and now Ave is trying to find any kill that he can at this point.
Down throw back air not going to be enough quite yet, but that is going to put Kailen in a bit of a compromised position. Ave looking for the up smash off of the roll. Get up, not going to find it though, so we reset, and it's a second chance on stage for Kailen. Finds the up air, no drag down actually this time. I thought for sure that would have been maybe a little bit of a lafable getting started.
Well, one thing that I do want to see is that I want to see Ave try and mix up these different. We've seen that he is very hungry for this back air neutral, landing on these shields with back air. Yes, it's a relatively safe move, but we have telegraphed to Kailen over and over and over, I want this back air to close this out. And Kailen is, footstool. Kailen making it back, and Ave just not keeping him in the corner at a full distance.
Oh, that's still not going to be enough to kill, though, and Kailen alive gets a second Arsene on the same stock despite being absolutely destroyed so far in neutral. And I mean, the second Arsene is just a symbol of, hey, you're kind of getting beat up, here, take this.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like a consolation
prize. No way.
Yeah.
Fair one into the up air with Arsene active is going to be a stock. I think a little bit of poor DI coming out from Ave. They're just taking a second on the Angel platform to reset themselves, because you had it all on a silver platter and just were unable to find that last hit. The back throw not enough to kill.
Yeah, even now the back throw not enough to kill. I think Ave's almost a little too kill happy. We see him trying to run off stage very quickly, trying to cheat with the back air to get that quick kill, but Kailen just...
Oh, no. That is so unfortunate in so many ways. After being unable to find that first kill and then losing the stock to Kailen's fair one up air, just SD at 0. That's got to put a little bit of a damper on the spirits, at least for game number 1. But Ave not looking all that discouraged.
No, Ave isn't looking discouraged, but to the point we made throughout the course of the night, when that does happen, you have to shake this off. And remember, it's still only the first game. It's not the end of the world yet. But oh boy, Kailen is trying to send a message. It is the end of the world. Don't you dare waste a stock against me.
Yeah, you got to be very, very, very careful with how you make use of those rolls in situations like that, because Kailen will be there with the down air every single time. Arsene taking his leave though. 105% is still the range where Joker could start finding some kills Arsene-less. We could be seeing like maybe a fair one drag down up air into the down smash, something along those lines, or a deep back air off stage. Regardless, Kailen is going to be looking for something to close out this stock and close out this game.
Yeah, and Kailen is doing a very good job of calling out Ave's defensive options. Again, going with the back air, rising on shield. Kailen parries and immediately gets the punch. Ah, ha, ha. No, thank you. Ave trying to find the kill.
Down throw sends deep off stage. Some good DI from Kailen to avoid the back air follow up. Now just looking for a bear of his own on the shield. Finds the F tilt instead, going to send Ave deep off stage. Looks for the down gun, edge guard, can't find it, and it's just going to be a back throw. Not enough.
Not enough yet. But again, like you said, we're reaching this critical mass with both of these characters, and there it is. So, if you're Ave, you lose a stock pretty unfortunately. The game overall, you didn't play terribly, but I felt like you couldn't close out stocks. How do you shift gears and change tempo to try and alter this game plan to a different avenue of victory?
So the biggest thing that we saw, especially at the end of the first stock, discounting the SD, of course, because that's sometimes just out of your control.
Right.
But especially at the end of the first stock, we saw Kailen getting upwards of, what was it, like 170, 180%?
Very easily.
Ave almost getting too over-eager to find those kills. They were getting a little bit antsy, getting a little bit anxious to find that, and when they weren't being met with those easy kill confirms, they panicked more and more and more and more, and that led to Kailen, finding that stock before Ave was able to get their first one. It could have just been something as simple as a weight grab back throw to take that stock out, but Ave just wasn't able to find it. Now going into game number 2, we're running it straight back to Pokemon Stadium 2, and we'll see if something can change.
Yeah, and one thing that I do see that Ave has tried to change is kind of being a little less committing to these fireballs to try and go into a Nair confirm. I'm not necessarily sure if the fireballs are the best way for it to approach. It does telegraph that, look, I don't want to approach you right now. Maybe bait a Rebels Guard so Ave can get the grabs like we've seen right now and try and get those bread and butters, but Kailen is just on a roll. You have to find a way to stunt this.
I mean, when used correctly, those fireballs can almost be a pseudo command grab because they force either the shield or the hit out from the player, and then the Mario can follow it up by getting a grab off of it. But Ave hasn't really been able to get that second part of the song and dance to get the grab off, and Kailen's been making very good use out of that fact. Ooh. Almost finds the the up air fair, can't quite do it.
And again, what I like is, I don't know, to your point when you said this could force essentially be a pseudo command grab, I think it also has to do with where you're positioning and where you're placing. So partially, Ave might need to reconsider when watching this VOD, where am I placing these fireballs in relation to Kailen's defense?
Right, and with our Sen out, he is going to be fading away. Kailen wasn't really able to make any use of it. That's actually been a little bit of a pattern so far throughout this game and this set, that Kailen hasn't really been able to get any of those huge Arsene confirms, save for that one that took out the first stock. It's been mostly just solid neutral with Joker.
Yeah, and the solid neutral continues from Kailen. Kailen at the ledge right now, he has been so indomitable. It feels like there's no way out. He paints you into the corner, you choose an aggressive option to get out, and then it's lights out from there.
Speaking of lights out, that was definitely a misinput there. That down tilt was supposed to be a down smash.
Absolutely.
Regardless, still is able to get the stock pretty quickly after the fact, so it's not that big of a deal, and is able to make that back. I thought for a second he didn't have the jump, and the Rebels Guard was just a suicide, but yeah. Still alive.
Again, I think the way Ave is setting up these ledge situations, there is a very obvious rhyme and reason for it, and I like the idea of using the fireball, but now we've conditioned Kailen to go low. How are we going to abuse that? No.
That was so cool. I love the pop-up from the down gun into the up air drag down. That was incredibly good from Kailen, and he's making use of the setup that it gave him. Tries to get the ledge trump, instead opts for an AHA. Gets a little bit of percent, and the cape doesn't turn around grab, my friend. And what? No. You died? No!
That's the Team Rocket DI, unfortunately, last. They're blasting off again, and Kailen in the driver's seat with so much control of this game's tempo.
Down air still not able to find that kill confirm. And speaking of just good things in general, that AHA right before Arsene takes its leave, that means 31%. 31% that you can't do anything about. That's ridiculously good.
Yeah, knowing that you just have to hold that is a whole new level of pain. But right now, Ave trying to find any way to get back into this game, trying to go for some of these aggressive options. I got to land on you with a Nair. We got to think through these situations, Ave, and can't stay on that ledge forever, because here comes Kailen with the up airs. Yeah,
Kailen very, very good about watching and reacting, and that's going to be it. But very good about watching and reacting for when that ledge invincibility runs itself out. And speaking of running out, well, Ave's winner's side run has run out. They're going to be heading down into losers as Kailen moves. I believe that was winner's quarters, so that's a top 8 qualifier. Kailen finds themselves in winner's semis. Yeah. They'll be facing, I believe, the winner of our next set.